Are you a fan of Dark Souls or Bloodborne? If so, you are absolutely gonna love this. Blade of God X is one of the best looking and funnest Web3 games I've played this year, and the game will absolutely take the space by storm when it is officially released. But until then, here are 5 tips that you should know before starting your journey. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, weapon skill cooldowns. Each combat mode has its own light attack combo, which you can perform without consuming stamina by pressing the left click on your mouse. The right click will cast your weapon skill. These moves consume stamina, deals way more damage, but also comes with a cooldown before you can use it again. You can press tab to change your weapon mode. Doing so will immediately change the weapon you are using, while also unleashing an attack as you do so. It is important to note that the right click skill cooldown are independent from each other. That means you can perform a skill using one weapon, press tab to immediately change modes, and then unleash the skill from your second weapon immediately without having to wait. Mastering this combat technique is paramount if you wish to deal as much damage as possible within the shortest amount of time. Tip number 2, stamina. Certain actions in the game require stamina to perform, such as the right click skill or dodging. Actions such as the left click basic attacks do not consume stamina. However, it is important to note that while you are completely empty on stamina, you will not be able to perform any attack actions. This includes the left click attack, which typically does not consume stamina, but if you are empty, you will not be able to attack, period. So make sure you give yourself enough breathing room for your stamina to recover before engaging in continuous combat. Tip number 3, learning to fight without lock-on. You are able to lock on and off enemy targets by clicking in the mouse scroll button. By default, the game will automatically lock onto enemy targets during combat. For the most part, this is fine, but Dark Souls PvP veterans will immediately feel the clunky and restricted mobility during lock-on, and this could actually make evading attacks much more difficult sometimes. Another way of fighting is to disable the lock-on. That way, you can directionalize your attacks freely and also evade in any direction you wish, making the combat experience that much more fluid. Tip number 4, equipment bonuses. Sometimes the raw attack strength of a weapon may not be the best indicator for which equipment is best. It is important to pay attention to the randomly generated bonus stats that come with equipment. So make sure you get into the habit of clicking on an item and checking out what bonus stats you have rolled first. Tip number 5, the user interface. There are a lot of items and prizes you can earn by completing quests in Blade of God X, which can get a little bit overwhelming at the start. But when in doubt, make sure you pay attention to the top left corner of your screen. You will be able to use this area as a shortcut to navigate quickly to your daily quests, battle pass prizes, and even the next main storyline event. And there you have it. These are my top 5 tips that you should know before starting your journey in Blade of God X. Did you find this video helpful? Are there other tips that you think warrants a second video? Let me know in the comments down below. This is Ice signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.